Hi everybody, welcome to Cancer Cooks. Today I'm going to show you two different recipes for salmon. So I've just got some salmon fillets here, and these are a great thing to get in. You can buy them from Marks and Spencer's already portioned up, and you can keep them in the freezer, and they're just a really quick thing, A, to defrost and then B, to cook. So I'm going to show you two different recipes with salmon fillets. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is take one of my salmon fillets, and we're going to roast this one just with some spices, and then we can have it in the fridge to add to salads or as a little protein boost in the day. So, not going to use a lot because salmon's already quite an oily fish, but I just want a little bit of rapeseed oil. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of garam masala. It's just going to give it a nice bit of heat, but without being too overpowering. Just going to coat that on all sides. So there we go, that's coated on all the sides, and I'm going to put that skin side down in my roasting tray, and I'm just going to pop that in the oven. So while that's cooking, we're now going to move on to our second recipe, which is a salmon with tomato, coriander and lime. So I'm going to prep my salmon first of all. I'm just going to take the skin off. So we're going to use our garam masala again, round about a teaspoon. Then a touch of chilli, a little bit more than a touch in there. Almost as if I was making it for David, which the hotter the better. And now that that's all coated, I'm going to leave that and we're going to cook that later. I just have a little bit of a clean up. And next, we're going to make our sauce. So just one brown onion, and I'm just going to dice that and then add it to the pan and soften it. So there we go, we've got our onion in. Just going to give it a little splash of oil to stop it catching. There's some really great smells going to be coming from this, because we're going to add to this a little bit of our garam masala, teaspoonful of salt, and then I've got some coriander here. Now I'm going to keep the coriander leaves to add to a salsa, but the stalks are perfect to go in with the sauce. So I'm just going to take off those rough ends. And add those to the pan. And there's some really great colour going through this already. So while that's softening away, I'm just going to put in my other ingredients. So I've got a tin of tomatoes here, chopped tomatoes. These are going to go into the pan. And then I'm going to use my tin to just measure out an equal quantity of water. And then I'm going to add fish stock cube. Crumble that in. Give it a stir, and then that can just get added to our pan as well. And I'm just going to leave this for the flavours to develop, for that tomato to cook through, and I'm looking for it to turn into just a nice emulsion, so it's got that lovely texture, because we're going to use it to cook the salmon in, and it'll be a really, really quick. Now, this is going to take about 20 minutes, so I'm going to have a little bit of a tidy up, and I will see you in a short while. Hello. So you can see here my tomato sauce has taken on much more of a gloopy consistency, and it's got that slight sheen to it, and some of that liquid has just evaporated away. We've got a nice thick sauce, and I've got too much here for one person, so I'm going to take about half of that mixture and that can be popped into the freezer and just saved for another day. And then we're just going to add some lime to this, just to give it a real zing of flavour. So just one fresh lime. I want half of that to go in with my tomato and my coriander and my onion. And this is actually probably just going to need a little bit of sweetness as well. So just a teaspoonful of sugar. So always looking at adding as much flavour as we can. So always taste things, and just, if you think they just need a little punch of salt or a little bit of sweetness or a little bit of citrus just to give it that real zing. And then we're going to add our salmon. And this is just going to cook in the sauce. It's literally going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to stir it through so it's all covered, pop it back on the hob and leave that to heat through. So, for my salmon salad, just going to add some mixed leaves, plenty of the salsa over the top. And then with the salmon fillet, this has still got the skin on, so I'm just going to break that up. Roll it over the top. And just to give that really fresh zing, I'm going to add a squeeze of lemon. And because this is for me and I love it, coriander aplenty. And then my rice is ready. And it's really, really hot. Really hot. Wonder how many people end up in A&E because of packet rice. Ah. And you can tell the salmon's cooked because it's just starting to flake through. So we're going to add our salmon on the top of here. The smell is absolutely delicious. I'm going to get all of that salmon out there. And again, I think that looks nice. And it might well get picked off by whoever you're cooking on. But I kind of think that that looks nicer. So there we go. 2 dishes. A salmon with tomato and coriander and lime. And then just a very simple roast salmon that you can have in the freezer, in the fridge to just turn into a salad anytime with our fresh salsa. And then 2 dishes that are packed full of B12, plenty of good fats, good nutrients in there to help you keep healthy. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.